Welcome everybody to your mammoth 2-part cleaning video. I'm starting with the Astonish Winter Spice. Now this is a multi-purpose cleaner, so it's great for everything. I even spray it on the fabrics. Oh, they smell so good. And literally it is bringing a little bit of Christmas to the home. Now I'm not sure exactly what the dilution ratio is on this stuff. I just put enough in so it smells nice and strong. You might actually want to check the dilution ratio. Anyway, on to the good stuff. Now, it is really early doors. I think I started this clean at about 6 o'clock in the morning. And I am going all out. Everything is getting sorted today. As you can see, I'm even starting with the cupboards. Because, oh my God, did I find some stuff in here that shouldn't have been in here. I mean, technically it was food stuff, so it should have been in there. But it was like leak packaging and stuff that was just ages old. There were cobwebs everywhere. This is the fly catcher from summer. It needed a good dust down and all the little insects emptied out of it. And literally the washing up, there was just stuff everywhere. Like I say, we've just become this sort of dump it and run sort of family. The splashback tiles, look at them. Just look at them, they're gross. Now the Astonish stuff is really good at breaking through grease and grime. I did have the lemon scented one before. That was better than the winter spiced one. It really cut through the grease and grime quite quickly. But the winter spice is doing a perfect job, and like I say, having the added benefit of making everything smell a little bit festive. And I think we all need cheering up at the moment after everything we've been through. We definitely need a little bit of something nice, you know. There's the nice smell, bring the nice lights in, a few goodies. We definitely need cheering up. So the winter spice is out in full force. I cannot wait to decorate this kitchen again. We have plans. We've made plans. In the new year, they will take shape. You're going to have to wait. I did speed this up. I know you guys don't like it so much when I do time lapse. But in all honesty, this was taking forever. And watching me wash up for forever just didn't seem very practical. So I did time lapse it. I even pulled out the knife and fork drawer and gave that a jolly good cleaning, and it didn't need it. I don't understand how a drawer that only deals with clean cutlery, I don't understand how it gets a day. How do all the crummies end up in the knife and fork drawer? It's like someone deliberately opened the drawer even and started eating over the knife and fork rack. Anyway, I have cleaned out the oil diffuser burner thingies. They're cleaned as well now. They're going to get new wax melts in them. I didn't do a shopping spree like I thought I would. For some reason, this looks like it's playing in reverse, or it did at the beginning. I assure you it's not. That pink scrubby brush thing, I brought that. I've never used it yet. Doesn't mean now I have like 4 or 5 tubs of the pink stuff scrubby paste. I don't use it as much as I thought I was going to. I like the scrubby paste. It's good stuff. I don't ever use it. So I have decided to put that on eBay and sell that. I've also put the slow cooker on there as well. We don't use it. I'm sick to death of having stuff in this house that we don't use, don't need, don't want, or feel obligated to keep just because someone once at some point may have brought it for us, and now it served its purpose. It's battered and beaten, but we're hanging on to it because, they cared enough to buy it for us. I get it, and I am very grateful for gifts and things like that. I really am. But if someone brought you a chocolate bar, you wouldn't eat it and then hold on to the wrapper forever and ever, amen, because someone thought to buy you a chocolate bar. You wouldn't do it, or at least I wouldn't do it. I know there are people out there that do, but I wouldn't do that. So if someone buys me something and it then serves its purpose and it's been used and loved, why not dispose of it when it's broken, empty? If it's been completely used for its purpose, then it's time for it to move on to whatever its next phase in its life's going to be. And if that means the back of a tip lorry, then that's what it means. You can't hold on to things for absolutely forever when they have completely served their purpose. And I'm sorry if that opinion offends people. And I know it might offend a few people. But like I say, you don't hold on to an empty wrapper, so why hold on to something that served its purpose? I'm not going to hold on like the washing machine there. If someone had brought me that washing machine when I really needed it, and I'd used it for 5-10 years, and now it was broken and battered and I needed a new one, I'd throw away the old machine. It's not that I didn't appreciate the gift, and it's not that I wasn't very thankful. It's just it served its purpose. It's time to move on. Anyway, I think I've assuaded my guilt just enough and convinced myself that it is okay to throw away things that no longer serve a purpose anymore. I want everything to have its place, and holding on to so much stuff just means I don't have enough places for everything. So, yeah, I'm decluttering, and I'm being quite ruthless with it too. I wish I'd shown you on top of this fridge. I never clean on top of the fridge. Ever. Never bother. And it was thick with dust. Not so much grease. It wasn't too bad with grease, but definitely dust. And it was bad. It was bad. I got through about 10, 15 microfiber cloths in the whole length of this clean. Oh, now I'm editing this back. What surprises me the most is I decided to edit the the washing up and the nitty gritty clean and do that in time lapse. But it's perfectly okay for you to watch me clean on top of my fridge for what feels like forever. I don't know why I've done it that way round, but I have, and it's all good, and it works. I love this storage box, but it really isn't practical. There's no room in it to store anything. It's got my herbal tea bags in it at the minute. And those as well. Dale got me those as a present, a Christmas present a couple of years ago. I really love my herbal teas. I genuinely do love my herbal teas. And it was a really good gift. I know people are thinking, he got you herbal teas for Christmas. He did. And it was definitely a very good gift. But I've still got them like 2 years later because some of the flavours are just nuh-uh, I don't like that. I don't like them at all. But because he brought me the gift, I'm hanging on to like umpteen tea bags I'm never going to drink because I don't like the taste of them. The other ones in the set he brought me, it was a whole set of different flavours. I've drunk them. They're gone. They were lovely. And like I say, I love herbal tea, but not them. So I may just dispose of them at some point. But at the moment, I wanted to get my house put back together. So I was kind of doing a bit of a declutter, kind of doing a bit of a deep clean. I want to say this was a thorough clean. This was somewhere between a full house clean and a deep clean. It was a very thorough clean. I've been in every cupboard. I've checked every surface. I haven't cleaned absolutely everything. I didn't clean the oven. I hate cleaning the oven. Does anyone out there actually enjoy cleaning their oven? I think if you had to list all the household tasks of which ones you hated the most, cleaning the oven has got to be right up there. Really, hasn't it? I mean, it really is a disgusting, horrible job. It's awkward, it's uncomfortable, and it takes forever. I'm just going to employ someone. I think that's just going to have to be it. I'm just going to have a nice person come out to the house once every 3 months, 6 months, whatever, and have them clean the oven because I just can't be bothered with it. I really can't be bothered with it. I will say to you though, talking of not being bothered, I know in the last few videos I have been saying I just can't be bothered with anything. I just don't care anymore. This full house clean has really helped sort of set me back on track. I'm still not feeling 100%, and I don't think everyone in the house is feeling 100% yet. But knowing where everything belongs and knowing it has its place and seeing it all clean and tidy really has kind of helped make me and everybody else feel just a little bit better. Although as I sit here, I'm looking out of my dining room window and I'm realising how filthy they are. So there's a job. That might be coming up in a little short soon, but it's so cold outside. I want to clean the windows until New Year now, until spring. It's fine. We have the curtains shut most of the time anyway because it's that cold outside. But yeah, as I was saying, we do feel a heck of a lot better. Like, not 100%. And I spent 2 whole days cleaning this house, putting everything back where it belonged. And do you know what's happened? I've gone and lost my hairbrush. My hairbrush goes walkies every morning. It's always a challenge to find it. For some reason, I don't stay still when I brush my teeth or brush my hair. I walk around the house while I'm doing it. And that means wherever I end up when I finish brushing my hair, I just put my hairbrush down and boom, instantly forget where it is. And now I can't find it. I think I've put it somewhere safe, but I don't know where safe is. So I've set Dell a challenge. Dell has to find my hairbrush for me. He's currently not working, which means he has the whole day free to search the house for my hairbrush. If not, I'll go and buy another one. And then in about a week's time, I'll find my original hairbrush and I'll have two. But hey, I'm genuinely thinking I need one for each room, one for each bag, one for the car, one for my locker at work. I might just have one in every single place I visit, because I can guarantee you at some point, even if I've got two hairbrushes, I will lose both, because that's just who I am. I'm learning a lot with these videos about who I am, what I like, what I don't like, and all this malarkey. I'm realising, for the most part, I have my spells. Now, I'm not going to deny I do have my little moments where I'm not. But as a person, I'm genuinely quite a lazy person. And I don't say that from a place of, fishing for compliments and that sort of thing. I mean, I know there's going to be people in the comments that will say you're not lazy and you clean up after your family, you work full time. You're definitely not lazy. I appreciate those comments. I really do. But the fact of the matter is, I am lazy. And like I say, I don't say it from a place of, fishing for compliments. It's just a true fact. I'd like to change it, to be fair. But I don't know if I can. I really don't. I honestly think I do have an appointment with a mental health professional. I'm not sure if I've told you guys before, but I do have an appointment with a mental health professional on the 28th, and I'm hoping that mental health professional may be able to figure out why I am the way I am. Like, there's two of me in my brain. Like, there's the part of me, I've said like too much now, it's irritating me. Anyway, there's two of me in my brain. There's one of me that wants just to sit around, stay in bed all day and do absolutely nothing. Then there's another part of me that screams all the livelong day inside my head. Haven't done that yet, haven't done that yet. Get that done. Why aren't you doing that yet? Do that, you've got to do that, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. And literally, my body just gets stuck. It just gets stuck. I end up just sitting there with my mind running at 1,000 miles an hour, telling me all these things I need to get done and I should get done, and why haven't I done them yet? And my body just going, help, I don't know which to do first. There is no organisation to my brain whatsoever. And I think it's more that than I'm lazy, and I'm just self-identifying as lazy. Is that what you call it? Well, it's what I'm going to call it. I am self-identifying as lazy. My brain wants me to do all these things, and I just don't. Or can't. It's more can't than don't. I mean, look, very obviously, I spent 2 days cleaning my own home. I clearly can. I just don't. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. Anyway, hopefully, 28th, I will get fixed. Or at least have some idea of how to fix myself. Because I don't want to keep living like this. I'm in my 40s now, and I don't want to keep living like this. And I need to get stuff organised, sorted out. There's going to be lots of new projects in the new year. Now, this cupboard, we're going to change subject. Keep up, guys. I change subjects very quickly. This cupboard is horrendous. I've been meaning to fix it for ages. We can't put stuff back in it because it's filthy. I'll show you in just a sec just how bad it is, what the builders left us with. There you go. You ready? There you go. Rubble, mess, bits of ceiling tile, I don't know, bits of pipe, goodness knows what. Literally, we couldn't put anything in. And it's not just on that top shelf either. Somehow, they've managed to get it on every single shelf. And we just haven't cleared it out yet. Should I have done it before? Probably. Have I done it before? No. Does it bother me? A little bit. Either way, I'm doing it now, and that's what counts. Literally, we haven't been able to put anything in this cupboard because as soon as you slide it in, you hear it and grit, and everything gets covered in muck. So everything needs washing yet again in this cupboard. The first time, obviously, they got everything covered in dust and muck because they were actually here doing the stuff. Then there was a leak over everything, so everything needed washing. Then they came back again, so everything needed washing again. And now they've finally finished, I hope, installing things. So this is the last time it'll need washing. Stop getting distracted. Get on with what you're doing. Now I've cleaned this cupboard. I can't wait to start redecorating. We can have cupboard doors that actually fit. These are warped. They're so old. They're all sort of bent out of shape and they don't shut properly, which is irritating as mosquito bite. But now, yeah, like I say, now it's clean. Hopefully we can get redecorated in the new year. I don't know how long it's going to take. Like I say, I have all these plans and then the plans never come to fruition. And with Dell not working, I'm paying like all the bills and stuff like that. So money has got really tight again, which is great fun. That's what we always love. You know, a nice bit of money shortage just when you start getting things back on track. Hopefully it won't take too long though. I really do want to start doing some proper projects and pulling this house into shape for the new year or during next year. I also hope to pull myself into shape next year. I've been saying that since I was like 18. I've always been an overweight person. Always, always, always. I think I hit sort of 18 and just ballooned. I just literally overnight, woof. So to say that next year is going to be the year I change, it's probably a lie. I have great intentions, but it's probably going to be a lie. That's another thing I do all the time. I'm like, ooh, I'm going to do that. And I never do. Never get around to it. I promise myself all these wonderful things. And not once do I actually get around to completing any of them. It's such an annoying trait I have. God, you know your life's sad when you even annoy yourself. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Let's move on. I don't want to irritate myself or you any longer with my self-flagellation and moaning. Let's just keep going. So back to the actual cleaning in hand. I think about 3 hours in. I've got Dell with me, which means I keep getting nice cups of tea. Well, I drink coffee, but nice cups of coffee. And I keep sitting down to have them, which means I have to then reinitiate myself to get back up and carry on the task at hand. So yeah, I've cleaned 1 and a bit rooms. I mean, 1 room and started on this cupboard. And yeah, I'm about 3 hours in. I am trying to kind of declutter as I go. If I'm noticing things that can be thrown out, then I'm throwing them out. That's not a proper declutter though. But like I said in the last video, one project at a time. My project currently is just to get things back where they belong. Those were the sofa throws I just threw out. I did get them because I wanted, to have something I could take off the sofas and wash. But then I realised, A, I've got nothing to replace them with. B, they don't fit properly and they're awful. C, every time the dog gets off them, it gives you static shocks, which really, really hurt. I forget what letter of the alphabet we're on. What? That didn't make any sense. Oh my goodness. I forget what letter of the alphabet we're on now, but either way, it did serve to cover like the big holes in the fabric of the sofa until we could get a new one, but they were horrible. And now I don't want to throw them away, which is ridiculous because they don't serve a flipping purpose anymore. Throw them away. What I've decided to do is for winter anyway, they are going to be put in my car. And maybe even in Alyssa's car, although Alyssa's car's full of junk anyway. Maybe in Dell's car. Either way, they're going to go in the cars because it does advise you to travel with like blankets and things like that in case of breakdowns or traffic jams, bad weather, things like that. So I may put them in the cars. We never really go that far, to be fair, but it's always handy to have a snuggly blanket. And as I found out on my birthday when Alyssa's car broke down, it's kind of handy because you're not expecting your car to break down. You're not wearing clothes suitable for standing in the freezing cold by the side of the road. So we could have gone to her with those blankets if they were in my car, and they could have snuggled in the blankets to stay warm until the mechanic got there to fix the car. So that's what's probably going to happen to those for a little while until I can get the brain power to throw them out. Now I need to get as well some storage boxes for the seasonal decor. I don't know where all the Halloween decor went from last year. It's probably mixed in with the Christmas stuff upstairs, to be fair. Upstairs? In the loft. Technically upstairs. But I want them in my shed. Now I did get my big shed outside because I planned on having like a little home gym that I could use all the time in the garden. It's been put up for months and months and months. It hasn't had the doors on it, which means where the wind's blown, it's now all like funny angle. It looks like it's falling down. It really is falling over because the doors haven't been put on. So it's not fully structural supported, which means now we can't put the doors on, which means it's now just this useless lump of £500 worth of wood. I think when the weather's better, I am going to go out there, I am going to take it all apart, I'm going to move it, and I'm going to re-put it up where I actually wanted it in the first place. It's not where I wanted it at all. I want it closer to the house, and then I'm going to use it A, partly as storage, B, as the home gym I intended it for. I'm going to get a little treadmill out there, and yeah, I'm going to actually make it into what I wanted it for. But yeah, I do need some storage containers for the seasonal decor. That big black bag in there is full of seasonal decor and stuff. We've got the Christmas stuff in the loft, and it's just so inconvenient to get to. So yeah, I want it in my shed. I'm thinking maybe on getting another shed, a small shed. And that can be for seasonal decor because we don't have a lot at the minute, and we just add to it bit by bit, year after year. Although I would love to have the money to just go all out and buy all this seasonal decor and be like, yay, and do the house up like literally whoosh, but that's just not going to happen. So for now, yeah, I need to get some storage boxes. Another thing to add to my list. The pet cupboard I did sort out. That garlic powder, it's not doing anything like I thought it would. It was supposed to help Woody like with his fleas. Now they sell like garlic tablets and things like that for dogs to help reduce the fleas. It did not work at all. So I'm throwing it away. It just stinks. It's useless. But we live and we learn, don't we? And now I've learned not to do that again. I am giving it a good clean out in this cupboard though with that Christmas scent, the winter spice scents. We've got loads of shampoo. Now I did put this out because my intention for today was to actually bathe the dog, because the dog stinks too. Never got around to it, ran out of time. I was hoping my little hints at, oh look, shampoo, we need to bath the dog, would get Dale to do it, but no. This is horse shampoo. Someone suggested to me that I try horse shampoo. It helps repel like small crawly things, including fleas, mosquitoes, horseflies, that sort of thing. And it also helps soothe the skin, so I got some horse shampoo to try. Yeah, turns out just a very expensive waste of money. You horse people are built of something different, aren't you? You spend a fortune on things for your horses. I mean, that shampoo, I forget how much it was, like 15 quid I think it was. Really expensive. I can see why some people use like washing up liquid on some of their horses, because wow. I don't know if you're supposed to. I just know that people I know have done that. Dog shampoo is way cheaper. So I got some oatmeal dog shampoo, hopefully to stop his skin being itchy. I've got to put all his little toys back. I'm not quite sure how to wash some of his toys actually. I know they need cleaning. I wash his Kong up regularly. But it's got like a little treat ball and it's got a noisemaker inside. If I put that in water, it's going to break the noisemaker. And then his toy won't be fun anymore. So I just sort of wipe the outside of it. Well, I'll do the best I can. I've also finally managed to talk Dale into buying the dog food a month's supply at a time. I get paid monthly, and it was becoming a bit of a pain to work out how much money I had to save, so that when the dog ran out of his food weekly or bi-weekly, I had the money there to go and buy more. Plus, what would happen is we'd go to the shop to buy the dog's food for the week or for 2 weeks. And we'd be like, oh, we'll get that, it's quite cheap. Oh, we'll get that, quite cheap. When we were spending like an extra £80 a week or every 2 weeks on stuff we didn't need because we were at the shop and it was cheap. Well, cheap mounts up to very flipping expensive. So I have finally talked Elle into getting the dog food monthly now. So Woody now has a month's supply of food, and I suspect it may even run slightly over the month because we did have some in stock already. But that's what I like. I want to be ahead with things. I want to be ahead with the rent, with the food, with the bills, because then if you ever have to have time off sick from work or you're made redundant or any of that malarkey, you've got this nice little cushion that means you haven't got to panic so much. You haven't got to be stressed and worried. And I want that. So we are building up a little bit of stock. Like every time we go shopping for meals, like we do the month's food shop, always make sure you get like 1 or 2 extra meals. It's not going to break the bank, but eventually you'll be a month ahead, which means that should anything ever happen, you've got that back stock there to see you through. I mean, we're quite fortunate to have the massive chest freezer in the cupboard under the stairs, and that does mean we can store a lot of food. I know some people aren't lucky enough to have that amount of space, but get ahead where you can, because if you get ahead where you can, it means if anything ever happens, that stress is going to be reduced. I'm already planning for next year to maybe grow some vegetables, hopefully grow some vegetables. We did it during lockdown, and it was quite nice having all our own veg, but then we had the time to actually tend the veg garden and grow our own stuff. I like doing it. I might try again this year. Get myself a nice little greenhouse, grow some vegetables. Yeah, it was nice. And actually that'd save us a lot of money because we wouldn't have to go and buy the veg. But then really, how expensive is veg? I don't know. It's something I want to try. I don't know if it'll ever happen. I've got loads of plant food and stuff under here as well. I really need to take better care of the garden. There's just not enough hours in the day. And like I said earlier, I'm quite a lazy person, and I just can't be bothered to go out and do the gardening. Maybe I'll book my sister for another weekend. She likes to garden. I can get her to come down, and the gardening can be her therapy. She likes it, so I get my garden done. I get to see my sister, and she gets a bit of therapy. Everyone's a winner. I don't know. We'll see what she thinks. I'm sure she'll watch this video and leave a comment saying, I'm not coming down just to do your garden, missus. You could do your own gardening. We'll see. We'll see what she thinks. Kez, if you're watching, let me know. You up for a whole week's gardening? Anyway, I am going to try. Maybe. I have intentions to try. That at least I'm looking forward to trying. Whether it actually happens, I don't know. But it's nice, like I say, to have things organised and sorted. There's so much to put back together and sort out, especially with the garden as well. It just feels insurmountable. It's like I'm never going to get on track with this all. A little bit at a time. That great saying, isn't it? Rome wasn't built in a day. Yeah, must have lived here. Anyway, I am going to keep trying. I'm nothing if not a trier. Ugh, flipping strimmer wire. Oh, that stuff is annoying. It didn't come on an actual spool, so now it just unspools in the cupboard and just gets wrapped around everything. And then the minute you pull one thing out of the cupboard, it drags everything out with it because it's tied to everything. It just irritated me. So I've just sort of wound it up and tied it off. Hopefully it will stay fixed. Oh yeah, why didn't I do this at the same time I did the top cupboard? I don't know. Oh well, I didn't. So let's move on and carry on cleaning under here. Like I said, I have no idea how they managed to get dust, grit and grime on every single shelf, but you can see it in the air. Literally, the dust is everywhere. I think I finished this day and it was in my hair, it was all over my clothes, it was up my nose, I was sneezing. Look at the amount of dust. It's amazing. It really is. And if you think I did a big clean after they left as well, clearly not big enough. I did know, though, that it was probably going to take a good few goings over because, as I said in the video, cleaning after the builders, or whatever I named that video, I'll try and tag it. If I remember, I'll tag it. And if I remember, I'll tag my other channels and socials as well. I do all the editing on my phone and I'm not able to do the tagging and the extra bits on my phone. I have to do it on the computer. And by the time I get to the computer, I forget that I have to do it. So please do remind me in the comments if I forget, and I'll get straight on it and add it for you. But yeah, as I said in the other video, it is going to take many, many rounds of cleaning, because I clean one area and then this happens, all this dust flies around. So then I have to re-clean the area I've cleaned before, and I'm just sort of slowly working through the vast amounts of brick dust and rubble dust and goodness knows what else. It's getting there. Every time I do a clean, it's less and less, and it reaccumulates less and less. So it shouldn't be many more cleans now. I really hope. I am so tired of dealing with this. I really am. Oh, I would like to update you on a complaint as well. Apparently, we've got someone. We were supposed to have someone coming out yesterday. As I'm filming the voiceover for this, so it's currently Friday as I'm doing the voiceover this, just before I upload the video for you all. We were supposed to have someone out yesterday to come and, deal with the complaint and have a look around and things like that. And my outgoing voicemail on my phone says, you've reached me and I'm at work, leave a message. And I got like umpteen missed calls and messages. Am I okay to visit? Am I okay to visit? It's like, I don't know. I'm at work, you fool. That's why I'm not answering the phone. And it was booked with you, or at least with like your liaison officer, your company, for you to come out. So why are you constantly asking me if you can come out? A, I don't know, I'm not home. And B, you were booked to come out anyway. Yes, it's going to be okay. I don't book myself a dentist or a doctor's appointment and then ring on the morning and say, oh, hello. Is it okay if I turn up today at my allotted time? I just go. I mean, it just shows you the levels of incompetence at this company. They can't even figure it out that they have to come out when they're booked to come out. I shouldn't be surprised the first time the engineers were booked to come out, they didn't come out. So, yeah, the complaint isn't going very well. Hopefully, he turns up today. That's one thing this guy does. He's been out to us before. And he's supposed to come out on a certain day, but he won't come out on a certain day. He'll either send someone else, or he just rocks up on a completely different day. So, who knows when he's going to actually show up. But I am thinking now that the complaint needs elevating to our landlord, because this is ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. I've dealt with some incompetent people in my time, but this is just a whole new level of incompetence. It really is. So yeah, next week, when I get my day off in the week, I will be elevating it to the housing association, assuming they haven't fixed everything by then. It's not good. It's not good look for the company. Anyway, look at look at it all. You can see the dust in the air and the amount of debris on the floor. And like I say, this is after I've already cleaned once. All right, yeah, I didn't clean out that cupboard. It was pointless me cleaning out the cupboard. I knew they had to come back out to rip out more pipe work. It's not great, is it? But hey, it's cleaned and it's given me a good excuse to get in this cupboard and pull everything out, clear it out. And it's given me a nice excuse to buy more storage boxes. I love a good storage box, I really do. I just have my entire life in storage boxes, I think, if I had my way. I do also hoover out the cupboard under the stairs, not the cupboard under the stairs, the little cupboard at the bottom here. Now, I did start by sweeping it. And literally it was kicking that much dust into the air. I was struggling to breathe. It was like, I couldn't stop coughing. It was getting right down my throat. So in the end, Dale's like, well, why don't you just get the hoover? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know why I didn't get the hoover. I didn't start with the hoover. I don't know. I know there were some big chunks of rubble under here that I needed to get out first, but I just could have pulled them out by hand like I'm doing now. And then hoovered. Just, my brain didn't work that fast, that far. It just decided, no, you're going to sweep. Like, literally, sometimes the only way I could take a fresh breath of air was to turn my head away from it all and get a great big lungful of air and then hold my breath and go back and keep sweeping. It was insane. I don't think you can even see. Oh, yeah, I got a tack thing. Drawing pin. Oh, that got me good, that did. Yeah, literally, it was the only way. There you go. Breathe, and go back to sweeping. The dust was incredible. It really did. I'm wondering actually if that's what helped me get that cold that was doing the rounds when I was doing this big clean. It was horrendous. This is when Dale's like, why don't you use the Hoover? And my brain goes, oh, yeah, good thinking, really. But yeah, oh God, it's awful. Look at it. I forgot just how bad it was. Just pushed it out of my mind and was like, no. He's plugging it in for me now. Any minute now I'll be able to Hoover. Just wait for a minute. Just sit there a bit longer and breathe in the dust. Admire the poor handiwork of the builders. I tried to reach the Hoover and I couldn't. I just had to pull it down. I got trapped in that little corner. There you go. Grab the Hoover. Give it a good clean round. Oh, I don't know. It was good after it was finished. There was no dust sitting under there when it was done. Now you can see underneath the telly there just how much dirt was in the air. It's settled under the telly. It's settled on the little alarm clock. It's settled on everything. So I now get to go in and dust it all off. But it's like sand. It's like gritty, grainy. It's not just dust. It's like actual sand that's in the air. It's bonkers. I don't know if we need that anymore, our carbon monoxide detector. I mean, we had it because we had the fires in, but they've been moved now. And we're all electric heating, so do I need to keep a carbon monoxide detector? I don't know. I mean, we have nothing that could produce carbon monoxide. I'll keep it anyway until the Housing Association tells us we no longer need it. And we do have the open fire that's still in the dining room, so I suppose it's probably best to keep hold of them. Yeah, I'll keep hold of them. This clean took me so long, I can't believe how much stuff A, we have, and B, was in a different location to where it should have been. I've also got to sort out this tool drawer. Really have. The tool drawer was supposed to be a few odds and ends that we needed to use inside. Now it's just become an extension of the shed. We bring tools in to use, and then instead of taking them back out to the shed where they belong, they just get dumped in the tool drawer. So I think I'm going to invest in a nice big tool chest. And that can live in the house. It should really live outside, but it's not going to. It can live in the house and we can just fill the tool storage thing with it instead of it going out in the shed. It's logical. I'm tired of having a tool drawer that literally you have to force to close and then force to open because it's so full of nonsense bits of tools that don't really need to be in there. I mean, how many Phillips screwdrivers do you actually need? I mean, realistically, let's just, you don't, do you? Especially when one of those has multi-sized heads for it. You can change them out. You can also change them out and it can become a flathead screwdriver. It can become a star driver. I mean, you don't need anything more than that. It's a multi-purpose tool. Yet somehow, we've still got 10, 15 different sized Phillips head screwdrivers. It's just bonkers. We don't need it all. Talking of stuff we don't need, look at that pile behind me on the floor. Well, technically beside me. Do we need all that stuff? I don't even know where it came from. And to be honest, I don't even know where I actually put it. I mean, it all has a home. Look at it. Where does it all belong? I mean, to be fair, some of it was like stuff we weren't ever going to use, like that door bar. It was a really cheap one. It's really horrendous. The screws don't fit in it properly. We do have the other ones on the other doors, and it just catches your socks and pulls holes in your socks. It hurts your feet. It's just awful, so I threw it away. We did have the packaging from the dog's food that I put away earlier, so that needed throwing away. And there's just a lot of bits that we got and we never use. That Christmas bowl, that needed to go away with the Christmas stuff, but for some reason didn't get put in the Christmas stuff, just got left out. Like, I think it's because we do half a job on everything, so we've got loads of bits waiting for the completion of a job. There is also a lot of stuff that needed chucking. There really is. I brought that stuff. That was supposed to be coconut husk for the spiders. Turned out to be bark or some other weird, it was awful stuff. So I've just thrown that out. I did soak it to try and see if I could break it down more for the spiders, but it didn't work. So I've just binned it. I'll get some different stuff. At the moment, we upgraded Lucifer. He's in his bigger tank now, and he's got some sand. But Lucifer is a bit of a digging spider. He likes to make burrows. And I can't get, the sand wet enough that it will hold form around his digging. And I don't want it sort of to smother him. And also the tank is it's got holes in the side, aeration holes. And I can't get the sand deep enough for him to dig in. For now, he's happy enough though. So I'm going to leave him in his new container until he's had a couple more molts, and then I will upgrade him to a bigger tank with some nice deep burrow worthy substrate, and he'll be very happy. And I'm also going to get Decker a new tank as well and some new substrate, so they can go into their final forever tanks maybe halfway through next year when they're a bit bigger. Yep, they are Decker and Lucifer after the show. I do love that show, so that's why I've got Decker and Lucifer. The other spiders were named after the film Babe. That's where they got their names from. So very TV themed names. So my little spooders have. They're very happy. That was also another job I was supposed to get done during this mammoth deep clean. They have locusts. And the locusts, obviously, because I've only got 2 spiders, and you can only buy them in like whole boxes. The rest of the locusts I keep as like little pets, and I feed them, and they've got their own tank, and they live happy until they come to the end of their natural lives. I was supposed to clean out the tank because obviously normally in the spider tanks I have like these little springtails, and they're like the cleanup crew. They go around and they eat the skins or, you know, the leftover bits. They are the big cleanup crew. But they like a damp environment. Now, the locusts can't live in a damp environment. They have to be hot and it has to be dry. So I can't have a cleanup crew in the locust tank. I have to clean it out myself. And, well, I don't know why, but I didn't get around to it. It's not a massive problem, but I do need to clean it out. It was something I was supposed to do this weekend. I guess it's a job for next weekend. Or literally, probably as you're watching this video, if it's the first time out released of the video, it will be the day after you guys see it for the first time. So that got confusing. I know when I'm going to be cleaning them out. You guys don't. I will save you the video of that. I know a lot of you don't like the creepy crawlies, so I will save you the video of that. Will you stop reading that book? Put it down. Put it down. Yes, people are watching you. Put it down. Right, carry on. I was so easily distracted. What am I, 3? Oh my goodness. Right, this flooring. Yep, I am just sweeping it all into one massive pile, dealing with the rest. I don't know. It works for me. Sweep it all into a pile. Check what else you got to do. Sweep it into a different pile. Check what else you got to do. Get distracted again, inevitably. The new year is going to see a new carpet in here. The lino is ages old. I think we've been here 13 years. The lino's been down pretty much since we moved in. It's well past its best before date and definitely needs a new one going in. Oh, I don't know why Woody's pestering me. He must have smelt something he likes the look of or the smell of, and he's waiting for me to feed him a treat. It's got a long wait. There's no treat there. This is my my wax melts and essential oils box. He seems very, very taken by it. I don't know what he wants. I did decide against getting more wax melts and scented candles. I've got more than enough. I did try and organise them. And then I realised actually at this point I have like more essential oil burners than I have rooms. So yeah, I kind of need to ease off on the wax melts and scented candles. Sorting these cupboards out took me so long. I think all in all I didn't lose because I was actually working on them, but it took me maybe 2, possibly 3 hours. Yeah, I did keep getting distracted by little things, but not for long. There's just so much stuff. I mean, we don't need it, do we? I am going to get through these wax melts, and then I think I might just have like one pack for each season, and I'm not going to buy the next season's pack until I've finished. But to be honest, I don't really have my wax melt burners on that often. I really don't. I do like them, and I like having them there so I can have them on should I want them on. But it's only A, really during the winter we have them on, because obviously during the summer all the windows are open all the time. It's kind of pointless. And B, well, I've overstretched myself with B. I do that quite a lot as well. I mean, in the like mental sense. I try and come up with an idea or a plan and tend to overstretch myself with it. Oh, this pen pot as well. How many pens is it reasonable for a family to have? And I mean like pens, pencils, glue sticks. Is it rational for us to have enough that every person in the village we live in could have like 6 pens each? And we'd still have a pot full in our cupboard? I ask you, when was the last time any of us actually needed a particular type of pencil for something? We don't. You need one pen to take down notes with. And maybe a pencil if you fancy doing a quick sketch. But none of us have time for a sketch. I'm going to bin the entire pot and see what happens. See if anyone actually notices. I'll have to leave it a week because I think I may have been overheard doing the voiceover for this video. And then people will go, oh, where's the pen pot? I really wanted to do some colouring in with the run out yellow felt tip pen that was in there. It was my favourite run out yellow tip felt pen thing. Yeah, they don't know we've got it until I throw it away, and then all of a sudden it's the only thing in the world they ever wanted. You can see Dell in the other room trying to declutter his toys. He's putting a few on eBay just to get rid of them. He likes to buy them and then realises that actually we don't live in an American mansion and we don't have like rooms specially dedicated for dinky toys and whatever else it is. So he collects a few of the special bits that he really likes, and they stay in his cabinet, and then the rest of them he just puts back on eBay. It keeps him happy, it keeps him busy. Also keeps the dining room table full of tiny little toy cars. But you know what, we don't use it for anything else anyway, so why not? But for some reason it irritates me. The dining room table full of toy cars so we can't use it. Irritates me. But we don't use it even if it's not full of tiny toy cars, so I don't know why I'm irritated by it. But I am. I guess that's the joys of being in my brain. Irritated by pointless nonsense. I don't know. I really don't know. It's like the spider's webs. In that unit at the bottom, we've got spider webs, cobwebs. Well, they're actually spider webs. A spider web has a spider living in it, a cobweb doesn't. So they're active spider webs under there. I've got 2 actual spiders. The spider webs annoy me. My spider webs do not annoy me. There is something not happy with my brain. This little cushion, I say cushion, it's like a, do you call it a buffet, an ornament? I don't know what you'd call it. It acts as our coffee table or storage shelf. Literally everything and anything gets dumped on this poor little table in here. And the chair. I literally brought the dining room chair in so I could reach the top shelves of that cupboard. But because it's a flat surface, things must be put on flat surfaces. It's like the flies when they see the little bug zapper light, you know? Must go to the blue light. Ooh, so pretty. In our house it's, ooh, flat surface. Must put things on flat surfaces. I mean, I don't even know where it comes from. Where was it before it was put on the flat surface? I know there's the bag of, what's it called? Garlic powder for the dog. That I got out of the cupboard. And I put that on the flat surface. Yes, I know I'm just as bad as the rest of my family. But where was everything else before it got put on the flat surface? It must have come from somewhere. But it just seems to appear. I don't know, it's magic. Another cup of coffee has appeared in front of me. I love it. I do like the fact that I don't even have to think about it. It's just another cup of coffee made in front of me. But this will go cold. I will forget it's there. It's been put down. I'll move it in a minute once I stop talking to Dell and refocus on what I'm doing. There you go. It's moved. It's now out of my brain. Done. Forgotten about. Move on. Oh, my candles. I got these beautiful, beautiful candles. and they were on my fireplace. They were ornamental candles. They were never meant to be lit. And then Alyssa got Dell a dartboard for Christmas or for his birthday. And Dell, mainly Ben, when Ben was here, Ben would play darts a lot, and my poor candles got absolutely beaten and battered. So I lit them. I mean, and do you know what? Yeah, they were never supposed to be lit. They were horrendous. They didn't melt properly. They kept going out. I tried to pick one up so I could sort of tip some wax outside to help it like melt properly, and the bottom of the candle fell out, so there was just wax everywhere. So they went in the bin. They were ornamental candles. They were never supposed to be burnt, but hey, now I need to find them again. So if anybody has seen that trio of candles, they're like a gold, copper and a bronze sort of colour in little pumpkin candles. If you see them anywhere, would you please tag me or send me like a link for where you found them so I can try and find them? Just let me know where they are, like where you found them. I want to get some more, and I want to get some more, and I want to keep them highly protected, so they're going to be like, I don't know, put in a little glass box or something. I want more of them because I really loved my candles, and now I don't know where they are or if I'm ever going to find them again. So yeah, please do let me know if you know where they are. Alright, we are on the home stretch now, people. If you've made it this far into the video, well done, congratulations. You are officially top fan type people. I really do appreciate you making it this far in. Home straight is the sofas. I tend to try and dump as much on the sofas as I can because it stops me sitting down. It doesn't always work, and as you saw earlier, I did have a cup of coffee. Oh, it's still there. Told you I've forgotten about it. Yeah, it doesn't always work. I do normally find a little nook that I can just get my tushy into and sit down. It does, however, have the added benefit of I can see the mess. It's a very obvious mess. And if anybody wants to sit down, then I kind of feel obligated to move the mess. So it does kind of spur me on in that sense. But yeah, the home stretch is getting these sofas cleared off and cleaned down. Again, I don't know where all this mess and muck and mayhem's come from. Probably because I've pulled all the cupboards out. It's stuff that doesn't belong in those cupboards but gets dumped there because no one could be bothered to take it upstairs, including me. And yeah, I'm going to include myself in the statement because I live here as well as my family. We are all responsible for making sure things are where they should be and back put away and things like that. And none of us do. None of us do. Yeah, so we're all just as bad as each other, really. But at least I clean it up. Although, like we're seeing in today's video, Dell has helped. Dell does do his bit. Oh, it has been like hours though. This is now rocking on into the afternoon. I'm not entirely sure what time it is. I completely lost track. I just kept going. I just kept going until everything was done. But it must be at least 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. And I started at 6 o'clock this morning. That's how long this has all taken me. I didn't bother mopping the floor in here because, well, the floor is just absolutely ridiculously bad in here. But it was supposed to be somewhere between a spring clean, a declutter, a major tidy up, and a sort out. And I think I've achieved that. I haven't gone overboard cleaning absolutely everything, and I haven't decluttered absolutely everything, but there's more sort of a sense of organisation in the house now, which is fantastic. And as I mentioned before, I still haven't found my hairbrush. I did go and buy a new one, and to be fair, I'm not entirely sure where it is right now. As we speak, it's somewhere in the house. I don't know. See what happens to me? I don't understand it. I am off at the weekend. I'm going to get really busy over Christmas though, guys. We are switching from my contracted of 30 hours a week to 40 odd hours a week now. They're going to be 12-hour days, so there won't be much cleaning getting done during the days I work, which is pretty normal for me anyway. But as we get closer to Christmas, it is going to be a case of as many videos as I can get done, I will get done. I'm hoping at least one a week, like I have been doing pretty consistently for you guys. I have been asked about a members only channel or a members only area. I'd love to do that for you. However, I clean my home once a week and that's what you guys get to see. I'm not really sure what I could post in a members only area. So if you have any ideas, I'd love to know, really would, and I could start working on some of that content for you guys. Also, my second channel, or my like B-side, whatever you want to call it, channel is well, it doesn't have really very many videos on it at the moment, and I'd like to know, would you guys like to see more cleaning content over there, more shorts? What would you like to see on the sister channel? Perhaps you'd like some vlogs, like some actual sort of daily vlog type things rather than cleaning content, which might be what I put on that other channel. I don't know. Anyway, as we gear up to Christmas, things are really going to start slowing down on the YouTube side of things. I don't want it to, but I do suspect with the amount of hours I'm going to be doing, things are going to get really, really difficult. I will still try, like I say, to put one video out a week, so at least you guys are getting to see that I'm still here. And I do promise I will not be disappearing without letting you guys know that I am going to be disappearing. I know there was a big concern when my channel was taken down before. That's not what I'm going to be doing. I won't just disappear. I will let you all know where I'm going and when I will be back. So if the channel does just sort of disappear again, know that I will be back. I will be contesting it, or, you know, I will be back. I'm not just going to disappear on you guys. I couldn't do that. I do appreciate each and every single one of you watching my videos and joining my little community here. I do want, like I say, I want to get the other channels up and running. I want to get some of the other socials really up and running as well. It's knowing what to put on them. I'm going to sit down one day and I'm going to plan out some content and plan out what can go on each channel and things like that. And I'm just going to get those done for you guys. I'm also hoping to get some extra like filming equipment, some extra cameras and stuff like that, so that when I'm filming, I can film in the different filming parameters that each channel wants. Because if I film a short in the same parameters that I film my long videos, you end up missing half of the video frame. So I need more cameras to film more angles, to film more footage, to film more content to put up for you guys. So that is something I'm going to be looking into in the new year. More tripods, more cameras, more fun, more angles, and you're going to see a lot more videos coming to you in the new year from me. For the rest of this year, though, I am going to keep going as much as I can as normal and just get everything as organised and as shipshape as I can. There will be a Christmas decorating video going up. That one's going to happen. Not quite sure when in December that will go up. I normally decorate around the first weekend of December. Again, not sure when that's going to be, what will be working weekends now as well. But yeah, there will be a decorating video going up. There you go. It's all complete. That's the last of this video, guys. I will see you in part 2 very, very soon. Bye for now.